everyone! Welcome to my channel. My name is Jolly and I make art videos. For today's video, we are going to do an unboxing and also a first impression review of this Princeton Neptune watercolor brush set. So I already reviewed the Princeton Neptune brushes, but there are brushes here that I haven't really showed you guys yet. And I'm really excited because there's a round brush that's size 8 and I have the size 6 and 10, and I was wondering if size 8 will be a better fit for me or not, because sometimes I find the size 6 a little small but the size 10 is too big. So I'm really excited to try this round brush. And right here we have a Muddler brush. This is so cute. It's just 1 inch, and this is my favorite flat brush. I already have this 1/2 inch, but let's try to do some strokes using this one. And I'm also excited to try this Mop Brush from the Neptune line. I've never tried them before. Usually mop brushes or quill brushes, they are made of real squirrel hair, but for this one it's synthetic. And I know a lot of you are also interested to look for a mop brush that isn't made of natural hair, and let's try this out. I hope that it will perform the same as a natural hair brush, so that you guys will have an alternative. And let's just take this one out. So I think, so there are descriptions at the back, and well, it says here that the quill brush or the mop brush can hold a lot of water, and what else? So it says here that this green one, it's a sea glass acrylic handle shape, okay, with a bevel at the bottom. Sorry, keeps refocusing. It has a bevel, or it has like a sharp edge right here, and sometimes we can use this sharp edge to add texture to our paintings, which I can probably show you guys later. So this is the round brush, and then we have the Muddler. It's for large washes, and I'm really excited. So I find this quite big. They actually have a smaller size for the quill brush, but they don't have it. I think the smallest size that they have is a size 4. So I hope to try that out next time. And I've also seen these brushes on Jackson's Art. So if you've never bought at Jackson's Art, I have a link below. If it's your first time to buy from them, you can get 10% off. And from what I know, at Jackson's Art, they ship brushes for free. I think you just have to buy a minimum amount of minimum worth of brushes, and I'm not sure if it's about $20. So I'm pretty sure that you will reach that amount if you buy these brushes. I checked their site and they don't have this set, but you can buy the brushes individually. So I will try to look for a different site with a set like this. If I do find it, I will link it down below. So yeah, that is just a tip for you guys. If you want to buy from Jackson's Art, you can have your brushes shipped for free. But if you're gonna add like paint or paper, then it won't be free anymore, just for brushes. So whenever you have a new brush, you need to rinse it because there's some substance. I don't know what they put, but it's usually hard. I'm not sure if it's gum arabic or not, but look at this, it's so cute. It's so small and it's probably nice for like a small painting, and you can do some washes using this brush. And I guess because the handle is quite short, you get more control for painting. And then let's take this one out. So I'm just gonna take out the plastic. Oh, it's so pointy. And then for this half-inch flat brush, I already have one from before. I bought one before, so I guess I'm just gonna use that one, and I'm gonna leave this. I don't know, maybe we can do a giveaway next time and I can include this brush. Alright, so maybe we can try to do some strokes using these brushes. Okay, so let's start with our round brush. This is the size 8, and don't mind this part because I just used this paper as my scratch paper when I painted the lilies for the ASMR video. So I didn't want to get a new sheet, and I am just going to do some strokes here. Oh, so it also produces thin lines. So it produces really thin lines. It's one of my major requirements for a round brush is that it needs to produce thin lines easily, and the control for the water here is quite amazing. I don't get a lot of puddles. So size 8 is actually a good size. Okay, I'm really happy with this size. So let's try to paint something later with this brush. Just gonna rinse this, and let's try the half-inch brush. So okay, so it's also a thirsty brush. I would say that it's really good in terms of the release of paint. It's very even and it's really nice, and this is just one dip in our paint, and I can get so much strokes from just one dip. So this is good, and also the bristles are very soft. So let's try something else. So this is the Muddler. I actually don't know like exactly in terms of shape what's the difference between the Muddler and the flat brush, because they do look quite similar. Oh, but if you look here, it seems like this has like a more puffy side compared to this one. So maybe people use this for like really large washes, but for 1 inch this is a good size for me, especially because I don't really paint super big paintings. So let's try this one out. I am going to try, I'm using the new Art Philosophy Currents set. Okay, so let's try let's try Jellyfish. This is the shade Jellyfish. Oh wow, look at that intense color, it's so pretty. And yeah, this is a thirsty brush. It means that it can hold a lot of paint, and as you can see, you just get a very nice stroke using this brush, and it's also quite even. And I think even just with a small brush, this is just 1 inch, I feel like you can cover this so easily. And you can also do some markings like this, which is good. I think that you can even paint flowers using this brush. That will be a challenge. Okay, so let me just rinse this brush and let's try to use this quill brush. Okay, so this is our brush. It's quite big. This is my usual brush size. It's 30 and it's from the brand Raphael, and just compare that. It's quite big, but let's try to use this brush and create some strokes. So I'm gonna use a green color. Okay, let's try this. Oh, so the bristles are still soft. It's the same as the round brush. So let's try to create some thin strokes. So it also creates thin lines like the round brush. For some mop brushes, they look pointy when you look at it, but when you paint with it, it's not pointy. But this one, it looks pointy and it also performs well. It really does create those thin lines. And it's quite amazing that this brush is so big, but it can create super thin lines like this. So you just need to be careful and just hold your brush lightly if you want to create these lines. So let's try to paint more leaves. So it's really good and very soft. Unfortunately, I don't have a squirrel brush that is this big, so I can't really compare. But at least for like the usual leaf strokes, it can perform well. So I really hope that they can create smaller sizes like this one. This is a 30, and I would recommend for a beginner to use this size because sometimes mop brushes can absorb too much water and beginners can be frustrated with that because they can control the water. So I would suggest using a smaller mop brush if you're a beginner. But this is actually good. I love this brush. I just hope that it was smaller. But in terms of the release of water, it's also good. It doesn't create those big puddles like when you paint and then suddenly there's like a big puddle of water. So with this one, the release is quite even, which is something that I appreciate. Okay, so I don't know, let's try to paint something with the brushes that we have today.